Now we start with one hour chart. First of all, if you refer to our analysis in my last video, exactly whatever the line we have, I haven't changed, similar to what we explained in my last video, because at that time the price was within this move. And we mentioned if you want to look for buy, one of the option was to wait for the breakout of the trend line. The another option was we put this one at the top, which is 568. We mentioned whether we wait for the breakout and the correction, or we have entry above the top. This one we have been putting here for quite a long time, since we mentioned every time the price tag this price start to reverse. Okay, I didn't have any update because there was no much changes, but later we could move this one to this top. That means if we want to trade for the breakout of the trend line, this is the only way we could trade it. Okay, because if we put the trend line here, similar to what we have here, the breakout was this, but how about this? That means what I want to say, that the update should, the trend line should move to this part, and if we wanted to trade based on the breakout of the trend line, this is what we should be look for. And the another option was to wait for the breakout of this and we get the correction. Actually what we get almost on that top, on that price. Okay, and the another one, breakout of the top. Okay, that's mean three option we have been looking for is happen within same range. Okay, by the way, the only way to look for this trade was to get the trade from here, and rather than that we didn't have any other things. And right now we want to see what's the next. If we move to daily chart, as we can see, this is what we have been, the correction here, and then the price broke. No one said how high this one can go. Okay, mostly we can expect a bigger correction for continuation, but right now any trade we have it, we should know, at least start to manage it. And if we refer to our analysis, we have been putting this one in relative to this. Okay, because we're looking for this for continuation, and this is what we get. That's why every time a few times the price, they broke this top, but they start to drop. Okay, that's why we have the line here. Okay, now, and one more thing I need to highlight here. That's why every time I mention whatever the trend line we have is a indicative. We can adjust this. All right, right now we don't need it, because the only things we have been looking for to put this one in relative to this. Okay, one thing I need to highlight here, if we put this one in relative to this, MACD doesn't show anything, but this one shows a divergence. Okay, that's mean we should be aware maybe we get the correction. I don't want to say we're going to get the reversal. We get the expect to get the correction. Okay, and based on 1 hour chart, we don't have anything. The only things I can say, the only way to trade was to trade from here. Rather than that, there was no other option based on what we explained in our analysis. And if anyone is in the trade from here, no, they should, if they want to keep the trade, move their stop loss to break even. Okay, the thing is, we want to see whether there is a continuation, we get the correction. If we want to look for buy, we need to get the correction. If we get the small correction as a flag, or small, like I say, small correction, any buy should be short-term buy. That means as long as we get into the profit, we start to manage it. But right now, we don't have anything. And if I move to 15 minute, maybe we can point that we have a divergence. Okay, as I say, I don't think we get, if we can expect to get the correction, but not the reversal. But anyone is in the trade from here, if they want to keep the trade, move their stop loss in case there is a reversal. Okay, as I said, we don't have any trade set up. The only thing is we manage our trade and we follow the chart. If I see any trade setup or any changes, I will share. And rather than that, we have nothing. Thanks.